So hello guys, today in this video we will learn about callback function. So what is callback function or functional argument? So whenever we pass a function as an argument, that is called the functional argument. So what happens is, if you see here, there is a sum, right? And there is a sum, and inside this I pass two arguments. So basically these two are argument, right? Now what happens is, this what it will do, it will return me sum of a and b, a plus b. Now I create another function, okay, and this function will take a and b as an argument, and it also take that which operation I have to perform. Suppose there is another function which is subtract, okay, and this will also carry that same thing, and it will just return me what? Return a minus b. So what I want is, I don't have to expose this functionality in production. I will only expose this functionality that, hey, there is a function called main, and it will take two arguments, which are numbers, and the third argument, which is a function. Okay, which is a function, and this will perform that functionality. So what happen is that, suppose I want to perform the sum here. So I pass sum in an argument. Now what this function will return? This function will return whatever the value returned by sum. So here we will call that sum function. So how it actually works? So suppose I create a cons and then answer, and there is a function called main. Inside this I pass 1 comma 2, and then there is sum. And now I will print answer, right? So how it actually works? So this function has not been executed. This is not executed. So let's make an arrow. So this function not executed. This is also not executed, as this is not called. This is also not executed. First, this line will be executed. So when this line will be executed, here you will see that main function will be called. So it will jump up to this line. Okay, you will jump up to this line first. And here you will see that what is the value of a, b, and c. So a is 1 and b is 2, right? And the sum is called. Now inside this, suppose rather than writing, yeah, here the sum has been passed. Okay. And now what happen is, then it jumped to this line. When it jumped to this line, here you will see that, hey, some function will be called, right? So some function will be called. So the calling will jump up to this. Calling will jump up to this. So sum will be called, and inside that sum, that a, which is equals to 1, and b, which is equals to 2, has been passed in. And now after that, the sum functionality will be performed, 1 plus 2, which is equals to 3, and it will calculate the whole value. So what it will return? It will return 3, right? It will return 3. So this 3 will now has been reached here. This 3 will reach there, and as this sum, now this sum that is present here will be converted into 3, right? And what this function will return? It will return 3. And now this 3 will be returned here, and now answer will store 3, and when I print answer, we got 3. So this is how actually the callback function will work. So what is callback function? When we pass the function as an argument, that is called callback function or a functional argument. Okay, so rather than writing sum, we can write anything. Okay, CB, I can write CB here. I can write CB a comma b. Okay, so what happen is, this third argument will be passed there, and what is actually CB? So CB is equals to sum. right? Now CB, this is equals to sum. So this CB will be replaced by sum, and here we get sum A comma B. Now let's execute this functionality. So we can write whatever name what we want. I can write it like CV because I know that this is a callback function. So this is better way. So let's implement this. So there is a sum, right? And wait, this is sum. This will carry two things, and it will return me what? A plus B. Now there is a subtraction, which is A minus B. Now there is a third function. There is a third function which we called as main and which carry two things. Not two things, it carry three things, CB. And what it will return? It will return CB A comma B. So suppose I want to perform const answer, which is equals to I call main, and inside this I pass 1 comma 2. And now what I want is I want to do subtractioning. And when I print answer, we'll see I got -1. So this is how the callback function will work, and this is all about callback function and functional argument.